What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, you can see, started out to be a pretty nice day. We took the doors off the Jeep. We were cruising around for Memorial Day. Ryan has his flag up, and we were cooking out. But as you can see above me here, when I just checked the weather, can't trust anything in Ohio. So we are going to throw the doors back on because it is supposed to rain here soon. A lot of stuff to do before Daytona truck meet. So we're actually going to get started today. We will be removing my flares in the front and the flares in the rear and giving them to my neighbor to repaint. Now, as with everything that you do for the first time, you're going to make mistakes, and there's going to be things that you could fix and improve on. Our neighbor, luckily, is a professional painter. He has that car down there. He has a professional paint shop for cars and such. So we are going to give my flares to him to paint. I'm not going to pretend that everything is all perfect and dandy with my flares. I made mistakes when we were painting them. Actually, a couple times you guys saw that in some of the videos. But while we were at Jeep Beach, you can see here we're taking quite a few rock chips now that we got these, meteor tires on here. They're just picking up really big rocks and throwing them back here. So next time I'm going to clear mask this. Other little things in the paint, you can see some of the metallic has run and all this, but this at G Beach, this was probably the worst fender that came out of all of it. I don't know if you can see, but oh yeah, so you can see here it looks like it basically looks like 80 grit sandpaper. So what had happened was we used a clear coat that either was very old or we didn't mix it properly. So because of that, in the sun, these fenders baked and got really hot and made that clear coat really soft. So when the sand landed on top of it and I parked back in the shade, it then became part of the clear coat. So that is why you are seeing a lot of that sand. You could even hear it. But that's why you're seeing a lot of that sand there. So that is the reason I'm taking these feathers off and repainting them. Other than that, like I said, there's some other kind of mistakes that I made while we were painting them. There's actually a run right here. You can see some of the metallic got either wiped or something like that, and that's actually under the clear coat. It's not a scratch. So I want these things to be perfect for the Daytona truck meet. Ryan actually has his flares off as well. If you guys watch his videos, I mean, he has the little Mopar factory ones, but they just add so much to his truck. He already has his off because he has some rock chips. So we're gonna be working on taking these apart after we put my doors on, actually, because it's not looking too good. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. Oh, no sooner do I put these doors on, does it start raining. That was perfect timing. All right, well, it's really coming down now, so good thing I checked the weather like 10 minutes ago, because this would have been all up in that Jeep. I can't believe how perfect timing that was. I didn't even know you were up in there. I was waiting for you. I thought you were upstairs. I didn't even know you were in your truck. Oh my gosh. Well, now that it stopped raining and we pulled the Jeep in, guess we're just gonna go ahead and take the fenders off anyway. Starting with we'll start with these rears because they shouldn't be too bad to take off. Just these bolts here, and simple enough. The fronts, if you guys remember, I did the inner fender liners, so those have to come out first, and then we'll be able to take this fender off, which is a little bit tricky to get the inner fender liners off. They did not like to go in there, especially where they connected. Here you can see some of these bolts I didn't get in all the way, but yeah, the inner fender liners were just a little bit of trouble to get in there just because of this section here. But nonetheless, once we get that out, we can get to the bolts that are behind here, and these fenders will come off fairly easy as well. All right, so first bolt is out. You guys want like a visual of like what I was talking about with, if you guys didn't get enough of a visual of the sand into the clear coat, you can see here there's no bolt holding this washer on, and there's nothing on the back because I just took it off, and oh yeah, it just came off. You can see the imprint it left in the clear coat. This was like part of that fender. Actually took some paint off with it. So that is what I mean by this clear coat really wasn't the best. So one down, like, I don't know, 25 to go. mission accomplished. We got the one fender off. You can see we're having a little bit of trouble getting this this here washer out. It's pretty well stuck on that fender, but instant stands to the Wrangler. Look at that. Besides my inner fender liner, but you can see the body of the Jeep's all the way out here. Almost my entire wheel sticking out. There you go over here. Yeah. Grab this light to show you guys. That is all sand from Jeep Beach that has been stuck behind that fender since Daytona. And we're gonna be doing that again in a couple weeks. So I'm not like looking forward to getting that caught up back in there. But the good news is we do have the start of the fenders off. We can clean this up while we're at it. I'm probably just gonna end up taking this inner liner just out because it just makes noise and rattles on the highway and just, I don't know. So just like that, one of the rears is out. Super simple, comes out with just a couple of bolts. These rears are super easy to take off. Like I said, with the fronts, the front liners are gonna be a little tricky. 2 of 2 on the rear, and more sand and mud and dirt. And for anybody who wants sand from Daytona, I have plenty of it on my frame for you. So, easy part is done. Now we're moving on to the little bit more challenging part. I think maybe without taking these apart, might be able to take them out as one piece. So I'm gonna try that first, and then if not, we're gonna have to take them apart. Oh, nice. Well, it all came out in one piece. That's definitely a win. But you can see it's kind of annoying because all the bolts that hold this thing down are accessible outside the liner, except for these 2 little guys back here. So that's the only reason I had to take that inner liner out. Kind of a weird design, but whatever, it works. It looks nice when it's in there, so can't complain too much because it looks a lot better than that. What do you think? Should I just leave it like this?
The tires were so much bigger.
Oh my god. The stance on this thing, oh shit. The damn inner fender liners are right here. The stance on this thing is ridiculous now that there's no fenders on it. It looks all like clapped out because there's no fenders, and it's just like you can see everything up underneath, like where the fender liners were, and pretty much all frame and body in the back. But here are the fenders. We're gonna load them up in Ryan's truck. We don't have to go far. As you guys could see when I showed you earlier, his car sitting down over there. We don't have to go too far to his house, but it'd be easier to take all 4 of them at once and Ryan's in his truck, just drive it down there, than to keep coming back every once in a while. Plus trying to carry the camera, so. All right, full load, here we go. Oh.
Truck tire last, like October.
Yeah.
And it just destroyed my bumper.
Dude, that tore it up.
My new one, it's been 4 months since I ordered it.
Oh my god, yeah. This thing's so low. It's the opposite of what we do.
Dude, this is like not even the low side. This is like the slam side. It goes like full.
Oh my god.
Yeah, full tuck. Wow, it's silly.
You like can't even see.
His car's so ugly right now. Can't bear to look at it.
All right, so here's the deal. If I'm being super honest with you guys, it is obviously the next day. Yesterday, after we dropped those fenders off down at my neighbor's house, actually, we had some horrible weather here. There's a storm that pretty much went over the entirety of Ohio, and there's tornado warnings going off. The sirens were going off right here, just like the outside of our neighborhood. But pretty much we had a lot more to worry about than finishing this video. So, to that note, we're gonna pull out the Jeep right now and get a look at her in the daylight with no fenders on. I'm assuming it's gonna be very, very wide looking, minus the front bumper, which kind of tones that down. But I mean, almost my entire wheel sticking out. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. If you guys want to add instant stance, just take your fenders off, because yeah, pretty much like about 1 inch, 2 inches is tucked in here, and on the front, nothing, absolutely nothing is covered, so it's wide open. On the plus side though, my articulation just went up, but again, you can see sand everywhere still. I can't believe none of this is blown off, or I haven't been able to power wash it off. But that's insane. So yeah guys, if you want to add some instant stance to your Jeep, just rip your fenders off and call it a day. That'll do it for me today. Ryan and I have some other stuff we have to attend to today. You guys will see that in future video. Unfortunately, I don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't been here before, get down there, hit subscribe, join us for the journey. This is still part 1 of like maybe a part 2, part 3 build. So there's a lot more to go. So make sure you hit subscribe, and as always, we will catch you guys in the next one.